Retail theft is wildly out of control all over America, and it's only going to get worse as our society descends into anarchy. Michael Snyder reports. We are right in the middle of a tsunami of shoplifting that never seems to end, and as a result, major retailers are closing down locations in major cities all over the country. A few years ago, videos of brazen shoplifting ruthlessly looting retail stores were shocking everyone, but now this sort of thing seems to be so common that very few of us are shocked anymore. We've come to expect that our retail stores will be regularly looted because this is who we have become as a nation. Sadly, even many of our politicians are not too concerned that the impoverished masses are stealing billions of dollars worth of merchandise from our major retailers. Like so many others, maybe they figure that those retailers won't even miss what is being taken. But the truth is that they do miss what is being taken, and CEOs have been complaining very loudly about it. For much of the past year or so, executives at big retailers did something unusual. They talked about theft in their stores, and they talked about it a lot. Walmart CEO warned it could lead the store to stores closures and higher prices. Target CEO said it was costing the chain upward of $1 billion. Home Depot's finance chief called it a consistent pressure that the chain is tackling every day. With a backdrop of viral videos showing brazen and violent thieves, crime became a common theme on retailers' typically dry quarterly earning calls. Executives often mentioned shrink, inventory missing for one reason or another, as a factor behind declining profits, and the list grew long. Macy's, Best Buy, Dick's Sporting Goods, TJ Maxx, Dollar General. Year after year, things get even worse. It's being reported that revenue loss to theft has been steadily rising since 2016, and shrink is now costing our retailers more than $100 billion a year. That's about the size of Russia's entire military budget for 2024. $100 billion a year. Just think about that for a few minutes. We have never seen anything like this before. So far this year, retailers in New York City have filed more than 21,000 shoplifting complaints. Don't believe pro-crime progressives when they lie about public safety here in New York City. This year so far has seen 21,578 shoplifting complaints from Gotham's retailers. That's a 5% increase over last year's obscene 20,552. More than 41% of the 2024 crimes are concentrated in Manhattan. And that's part of an ugly, persistent trend. Full year numbers since 2021 have jumped from 43,892 to 59,137, an increase of almost 35%. And the real problem is surely far higher, as exhausted merchants don't bother to report many incidents. Even in the very best areas of the Big Apple, many retailers are being routinely ransacked, and authorities seem completely powerless to stop the endless crime wave. Many would argue that conditions are even worse on the West Coast. One store manager in California that recently had a meltdown reaction when a young woman was stealing from her store says that businesses, quote, are closing left and right because of all this looting going on, end quote. Businesses are closing left and right because of all this looting going on, Jolly said. The system is broken. Nothing is being done about it. She says that when she called police to report the incident, they suggested she contact the store's insurance company. I just think it's like the people are trying to get away with it because there's no consequences, Jolly said, noting that the meltdown reaction came from a place of concern for her community, and even the girl in the video. I'm worried for her, and she's already doing this. It wasn't like this when I was growing up, but this is our country now. In a desperate attempt to reduce shoplifting in his stores, Dollar General CEO Todd Vasos is removing self-checkout options in thousands of locations. Dollar General CEO Todd Vasos said Thursday that the company plans to remove self-checkout from the vast majority of stores as part of a larger overall shrink reduction efforts that include changes in supply chain and merchandising. Dollar General has already removed self-checkouts from 12,000 of its more than 20,000 stores, Vasos said. Walmart is also removing self-checkout kiosks from many stores, and the number of products that are being locked up it just continues to increase. A frustrated Walmart customer has revealed the latest item to be locked up on the shop floor during the shoplifting crackdown, and it only costs $1.50. Victoria Dammer, 22, from Las Vegas, made a TikTok detailing her shocking experience at the big box retailer last month. Her video, which she posted under her handle Tori Damor, has already been seen by almost 90,000 people who have flocked to the comments to share their outrage. Talking to the camera, the shopper explained, "This is the future of Walmart. I can't even walk into Walmart and pick up a nail file worth $1.50 because it's locked up. When a $1.50 nail file has to be locked up in a cage so that the thieves can't get at it, your country is in huge trouble." Of course, this is not just the United States that it's descending into anarchy. Shoplifting has also risen to unprecedented levels all over Europe. For example, just check out these eye-popping figures from the UK. According to the Office of National Statistics, 2023 was the worst year on record for shoplifting, with more than 430,000 cases recorded, an increase of more than a third from the year before, and that is probably just a fraction of the real number. The British Retail Consortium, the body representing almost all of the major retail chains incorporating food and drink, fashion, do-it-yourself, health and beauty, and more, recently reported that incidents of customer theft more than doubled from 8 million to 16.7 million in the period between September 1st, 2022 and August 31st, 2023. Losses reached £1.8 billion, up from £950 million the year before. That's almost a 100% increase. Throughout the Western world, the numbers are moving in the wrong direction. If things are this bad now, what will happen once economic conditions become extremely harsh? Even though economic conditions are still at least somewhat relatively stable, chaos is already erupting all around us. I can't even imagine what things will be like once tens of millions of people feel like they have nothing left to lose. We're really in the early stages of a horrifying societal meltdown, and most of the population is not even close to ready for what's coming. This is by Michael Snyder on the Economic Collapse blog. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. This is by Michael Snyder. About the author, Michael Snyder's extremely controversial new book entitled Chaos is available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. He's also written 7 other books that are available on Amazon, including End Times, 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters. When you purchase any of Michael's books, you help to support the work he's doing. You can also get his articles by email as soon as he publishes them by subscribing to his Substack newsletter. Michael has published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and the Most Important News, and he always freely and happily allows others to republish those articles on their own websites. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, we strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.